Hello, this is Pradipto Chatterjee, business management consultant, co-founder, co-growth. And today I have Mr. Manoj Kochar, co-founder, Holoflex Ltd, and also former president of Authentication Solution Providers Association and former chairman of International Hologram Manufacturers Association. Uh, we have had a very long association working with Holoflex, and the first time I had worked with Holoflex was way back in 2005, when the company used to manufacture security holograms, and the revenue was around 4 crores, if I remember correctly. And today the company has grown quite a lot, and the product portfolio also has grown as the turnover. And I would rather invite Mr. Kochar to now tell us about the current status of the business and also how the consulting engagements with us really helped in the growth journey. Mr. Kochar, please.
Thank you, Pradipto, for a very kind introduction. Yes, our association does go back a long way, almost 15 years, if I remember right. Don't remember the exact dates, but then yes, we go back
Yes,
almost 15 years. Yeah. Our first engagement, if I remember right, was when we tried to implement ISO 9000, yeah, as it was called in
correct.
those days. And yeah, I mean, to me, ISO 9000 at that point in time was all Greek, obviously, because none of us knew much about it. We were still a very, very small organization. We didn't have a team, so to speak, that could take care of issues like quality, processes, and consistency. We had no documentation at all when it came to the way we were working. So, yes, through the introduction with Pradipto actually worked with us and our team, and it is through this consulting engagement that we really learn how critical processes are, how critical documentation is, and just how important it is to do something consistently, no matter what you were doing. The consistency was the key. And having a documented system of a certain process or training or reporting, and then further drawing inferences from those reports. So that is also such a critical part. You see, one always knows one's business better than a consultant, right? With due respect to Pradipto, there is not much he could teach me about manufacturing the holograms. But of course, as a consultant, he did teach me a lot about the importance of doing things consistently, doing the documentation properly, and having a team of people that was focused on the processes, because that is so critical. If you got our processes right, you will immediately get a consistent product. So yes, we owe a lot of learning that we got in those days to Pradipto. And after the ISO 9000, we won a pretty large contract in those days from one of the global leaders in mobile phones in those days, which was Nokia. So Nokia, obviously being a very structured company, they had a very stringent requirement of what their uh, supply should be in terms of processes, in terms of quality, in terms of consistencies, in terms of ability to control failures and delivery on quality. So they had this 50 odd pages thick booklet, which is called
Right.
Nokia supplier requirements. I'm sure, but it's
Yes,
you
I,
remember
I,
that.
I I remember.
Yeah, so all those 50 pages were just talking about what Nokia expects from its vendors on all aspects of manufacturing and quality, including their HR issues, including their quality consistency, including the tracing back of the inputs and connecting that to the final product Nokia got. A lot of things were all Greek to us then. We had no clue what they were, right? But that it's for a small thing. I think in hindsight, I think I can share one thing. For a small company, there is nothing better than tying up or getting an opportunity to work with a large multinational corporation, because all their systems and expectations are pushed into your culture, and you also then tend to learn a lot, and that's how we knew that we needed external help again. you are going to meet these Nokia requirements. And Nokia was very clear that, look, we expect you to clear on each and every one of these requirements. It's not that we are, you score like 90% or 95%. No. They said, look, if you don't clear all our requirements in the first go, we'll probably give you a 3 months time. In those 3 months, you set your house in order and then you come back, we will audit you again. And if you are clear on 100%, only then will you keep doing it. So Pradipta and we and our team got together and we worked pretty hard in those days. I remember putting long hours regularly. But at the end of the day, yes, we got a documentation in place, we got a quality system in place. And this is like, ISO 9000 seemed like a bacha, honestly, compared to what Nokia's requirements were. And that's the first time I learned what risk management was in terms of business continuity or, some business supplies and quality continuity. So yes, so it was big learning. The brand pushed it, and Padutto helped us, understand and implement those. So yeah, great learning. So what I feel about it is that he cannot teach you the nuances of your own business. That he will learn from you. But there are certain good practices that a consultant picks up from his engagements with the other clients, with the other companies, and of course by virtue of the consultant's own experience and expertise. Yeah. So that is the learning that they pass on to you, which I think is a big advantage, because
Correct.
they see your business from a neutral perspective. If I knew the mistakes I was making, I would correct them.
Yeah.
Right? It's very natural. But then for whatever reason, we can't identify a better way to do a certain process or an activity. And that's where a consultant steps in, because he can look at it in a more dispassionate manner, if I can use the term, or from a neutral standpoint, and he can tell you, okay, if you change this process, maybe you can make it more efficient, you can make it quicker. So I think we picked up a lot of learnings that which only come from a consultant, from an external consultant. And no matter, we know about the big fours, right? All the big consulting companies. Why are they so successful? They don't know the business better than the corporation or the entrepreneur. But then they do bring a fresh perspective at handling issues and solving them, which I think is absolutely great. So yeah, a big thank you to Icon and Pradipto for helping us through
Most
that phase. We
my
definitely
my
benefited.
my pleasure, Manoj. But here I have one more question. Is there any suggestion you would like to share with small business owners?
You see,
What?
I can tell you one thing. Uh, in our case, Pradipto, why did we go for 9,001? Because that is the market need in those days. I mean, let me not say that one fine day we got up and we picked up the quality part. This. No, 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 no. We must go. I mean, we all knew 9,000 is important. But when customers keep asking you, okay, when they start asking 9,000, yeah, you suddenly realize, no, we haven't done it. So when any certification is little, okay? But when you actually start implementing it, that's when you realize the importance and the learnings that you can derive out of it. So that's my suggestion, because don't take it just as another certification which will sit on your website or on your letterhead. There's a lot of deep learning there because these systems are there for a good reason. Some of the leading minds all the world over have got together at ISO and put these standards together. So this is a very, very good advisory for any young company to improve their ways of working. So I
Okay.
think you should implement these standards in true spirit and not just because you want a certificate which looks nice on your CV or your website.
Well, that's a very nice piece of advice to use a framework to standardize processes and procedures. And I'm sure the small business owners can benefit a lot from the experience being shared by you. Thanks a lot, Manoj. Thanks a lot for being with us and sharing your thoughts and taking time out
My pleasure.
for our purpose. Thank you. Thank you very much.